together in his head. I can't believe it.
Go in and take them out.
It was amazing the way you handled it. I was watching television, and I was actually looking forward to Jack Welch, who's somebody that I like and respect, and he was going to be
the guest on the Today Show, right?
He was going to be a guest, and I'm waiting. And they said all of a sudden, like, there's been this horrific situation at the World Trade Center. They thought a boiler exploded, but boilers aren't like in the upper quadrant of the building, right? They're in the basement. And it looked awfully suspicious. And they never even said that Jack won't be on. It was just immediately from that point. It wasn't like, oh, he won't be on. Everybody knew that nobody was going to be on.
I knew that morning. I was in L.A., of course, and watching, and I woke up the family. And I thought at first it was an Arnold Schwarzenegger commercial for a coming movie. He had a movie coming out about terrorism, so I saw the building. And then I knew that day that my life would change, all our lives would change forever. I think we did a 3 months straight of programming work, 7 nights a week. And and then 2 weeks later, to the day, I was at Ground Zero. And that night, Rudy Giuliani was on the show, and Regis was on. And then I went to the Burns Center at New York Hospital. You never forget that day. And as New Yorkers...
Well, there was some great coverage, but nobody covered it like you. And the ratings really reflected it. I mean, nobody covered it like you. You had the human interest. There's never been anything like this. You could say Pearl Harbor, but at least that was an attack on soldiers. It was an attack on armed something, although it was certainly a sneak attack. This was on people that work in an office building. This was on the people of New York, and that was a terrible, terrible moment.
We'll never get over it. It'll be etched in our memory forever. When are they building the new site? What are they?
Well, they're building it now. It's way, way behind schedule. I really suggested very strongly that they rebuild the World Trade Center as it was, but one story taller, and a stronger building, obviously, a stronger building. And I had everybody agreed with that, but they decided not to do it. No, I felt strongly about it. Or 5 stories or 10 stories taller. You know, it's funny, the World Trade Center was never looked upon as great architecture until it was down. It's like you lose somebody that you love. You never loved them that much, but you lose them, and all of a sudden, you love. Everybody loved the World Trade Center after it was gone, Larry.
A year earlier, I had spoken at a breakfast conference at Windows on the World. That was such an incredible view at that restaurant, to stand up there, and then to years later be doing stories of that blind man that walked down 78 floors with his seeing-eye dog.
Right. A friend of mine went up and made a speech that morning on Windows of the World. He was making a speech, wonderful guy, and wiped out, everybody up there wiped out. I mean, it was...
Did you know people that died?
I knew numerous people that died. I knew many people in the World Trade Center. They worked in the world. I mean, it really was a place of commerce and international trade. And you know the amazing thing, it took 30 years to get it rented up. It was so big. And it finally got rented up, and this is what happened. It was a very,
It took a long time for the elevators to get up to the top.
It took a long time.
When you went to visit the building,
That was a terrible moment, but it does show how great New York is. To have recovered so fully from that is amazing. So, we've got a couple of surprises. We'll be right back.